The bourgeois hypocrisy of Paris Paloma's labor. Paris Paloma's labor is not a revolutionary anthem. It's a bourgeois feminist fantasy, a song built on the same tired, sexist tropes that liberal feminism has peddled for decades. It is a song that vilifies men, ignores the brutal realities of class struggle, and reduces systemic oppression to a simplistic battle of the sexes, all while its creator enjoys the privileges of wealth, elite education, and industry connections that most working people will never know. This song is not about liberation, it's about clout. It's about a well-off artist cosplaying as some kind of working-class hero while completely ignoring the fact that working-class men, the very men she demonizes, are just as exploited, just as exhausted, and just as trapped under capitalism as the women she claims to champion. The lyrics paint men as lazy oppressors, lounging in their picket fence dreams, while women toil endlessly. But what about the men breaking their backs in factories, mines, and construction sites? What about the men who work 60-hour weeks and still can't afford rent? Labor doesn't care about them, because this song isn't for workers. It's for wealthy feminists who want to feel radical without ever challenging the real enemy, capitalism. Paloma's entire aesthetic, medieval imagery, witchy feminism, faux rebellion, reeks of privilege. She attended a private boarding school, studied at Goldsmiths, and had the financial security to pursue music without the grinding pressure of survival jobs. Meanwhile, actual working-class women don't have the luxury of writing moody folk songs about their oppression. They're too busy trying to pay bills, feed their kids, and survive in an economy designed to crush them. And then there's the misandry. The song's entire premise is that men are the problem, that they sit idle while women suffer. But this is a lie. Working-class men are not the enemy. The enemy is the system that pits men and women against each other to distract from the fact that both are being robbed blind by the ruling class. Liberal feminism, as always, refuses to acknowledge this. Instead, it peddles division, turning gender into a battleground while billionaires laugh all the way to the bank. Reflecting the Gloria Steinem CIA propaganda feminism of the 1970s, part of the American battle against working-class movements like communism, that actually liberated women. Not the corporate lean-in bullshit of former Facebook COO Sheryl Sandberg that continues to exploit women's labor. How ya gonna write a song called Labor and know nothing about the labor movement? Affluenza, that's how. Paloma's labor is just the latest in a long line of feminist grifts. Artists and activists who exploit working-class struggles for aesthetic appeal while doing nothing to materially improve the lives of the people they claim to represent. It's no coincidence that her music resonates with the same crowd that worships Taylor Swift and Billie Eilish. These bourgeois women who rebrand capitalist feminism as empowerment, while simultaneously cosplaying and fabricating working-class struggles. If Paloma really cared about labor, she'd be singing about unions, about rent strikes, about the fact that both men and women are being bled dry by the same system. But she's not. Because that doesn't sell. That doesn't get you featured on TikTok playlists or invited to perform at NPR-backed indie festivals. If Paris Paloma had an ounce of understanding of real feminist theory, she'd understand that historically women are oppressed under exploitative conditions because men are also exploited under patriarchy. Men are taught to put duty first, and to sacrifice themselves to the meat machine that is Mammon's perpetual hell train, the same machine that tells them what is and isn't women's work. But, to be fair, that would mean confronting the exploitation of the wealthy elites you came from rather than just pointing the finger at the opposite gender. Wouldn't want any kind of class consciousness. That wouldn't be on brand. So no, labor is not a protest song. It's a product. A hollow, sexist, class-blind product designed to make comfortable people feel like revolutionaries. And until feminism wakes up and realizes that true solidarity means fighting with working-class men, not against them, it will remain nothing more than a tool of the elite, a distraction from the real struggle. The working class deserves better. We deserve art that unites us, not divides us. And Paris Paloma's so-called labor ain't it.